kings and queens. My name is Farida and welcome to my channel. Today's video is for that one person who finds it so difficult to stay motivated. I know how sometimes we just want to do things, but we are just so unmotivated to do those things. We just don't have the energy, we just don't have the motivation to do them, and it can be a real bummer. I understand that. So in today's video, that is why I want to be talking about tips on how you can keep your motivation level at an optimal state, and how you can still accomplish your missions, how you can still go about your tasks even though you are unmotivated, compelled, or high waters. Before I start, I would like to remind you to please subscribe to this channel so that you can join the family, and do enable the notifications so that you don't miss anything that I upload. So without further ado, let's jump into it. My first tip is to make sure that you really want it. This is the number one tip, because obviously if you do not want something, if you do not really want something, chances are you will not fight for that thing. If you really want something, you will fight for it, you will want to do it, you will work against motivation. Even if you are unmotivated, you will carry yourself and you will make yourself actually fight for it and do it. That is the power of really wanting something. If you want it, you're gonna get it. If you want it, you fight for it. If you want it, you are going to accomplish it, if you really want it. So before you start beating yourself up because you did not accomplish something, or because you did not carry out a particular task, ask yourself, how much did you really want it? If you really want it, if you want it bad enough, I'm telling you, you are going to do it, regardless of how motivated or unmotivated you feel. My second tip is, ask yourself this question: why should I do this? You know, there are times when we just need to ask ourselves questions in order for us to actually do the right thing, to do the things that we really have to do, because sometimes what you want to do is not what you're supposed to be doing. For example, you have to get to class, or you want to sleep in, you are tired, feeling lazy perhaps for the day, and you should ask yourself, why should I go to class today? Now, if you're able to give yourself a good answer, if you're able to tell yourself, all right, if I do not go to class, I'm gonna miss out on lectures and I'm probably gonna fail if there's an impromptu test or something. Give yourself a reason to do something. Don't just tell yourself, okay, I want to do this thing and I have to do it, and you just do it. Because there are times when you're unmotivated to do something, the only thing that will keep you going is the reason behind that action that you're about to carry out, the reason behind that task, the reason behind that mission that you want to carry out. And it is very important for you to always ask yourself why you should do it, rather than rather than you wanting to do it. You wanting to do something does not mean it's actually really good for you, right? But why you should do it is actually very important. You should go to the gym, you should exercise, because it helps with your health and it boosts your productivity, your performance, but you don't want to do it. So those are two different things. You might want to do something that are not good for you, and you might not want to do something, but you should do that thing. So you should ask yourself, if you find yourself unmotivated to do something, why you should do it, because if the reason is strong enough, you will do it. Third tip is to constantly remind yourself of that thing that you want to do, that thing that you should do, that thing that you have to do. Constantly remind yourself. There are times when you want to do some things. All right, I'm a student, but I want to do this particular set of things today. We might forget. It is very easy for us to forget, especially those things that are not really important, or things that are not already built into our lifestyles. For example, I am a student, but I want to start going to the gym. But if I do not constantly remind myself that I should, why I should, and all those things, if I do not constantly remind myself, I might actually forget. because I am used to my daily lifestyle. Okay, wake up, go to class, come back, and all those things. So the things that you want to do might actually get drowned in the activities, the burst of activities that goes on in your day-to-day life. So you should try as much as possible to remind yourself of the things that you really want to do. Remind yourself of the tasks you have to carry out. Remind yourself of the mission you have. Remind yourself of the things that you really want to do. My fourth tip is for you to learn to act and do things in spite of the lack of motivation. I know that this is a hard pill to swallow, especially for me. A lot of times it is very hard to do things when you're not motivated. But what you need to think about is, I need you to think about the things that I've previously talked about, why you really want it, if you actually really want it, and why you should do it. So all these tips, all these questions, the answers will actually help you to act in spite of lack of motivation. When you do not have motivation, your discipline has to set in. All right, I have to do this thing, but I am not motivated to do it, but I'm still going to do it anyways. That is how it is supposed to be. Consistency. Do not say, all right, I'm going to do this only when I'm motivated. I'm going to do this. You're not going to accomplish anything great by doing. My fifth tip is to reward yourself. Who doesn't love rewards, right? I do love rewards, especially in cash, I love cash. All right, reward yourself. Sometimes it is very difficult for you to keep doing things pointlessly. I'm trying to achieve this thing. All right, I have to study this whole textbook and I'm so exhausted. I'll have to sleep. But if I reward myself and tell myself that, okay, if you're able to read this number of pages, you get to treat yourself to a piece of cake. Yeah, I love cake. I'm literally obsessed with cake. So it's a good motivation for me. It's the good word for me. So figure out what is best for you. What do you really love? Yeah, what do you really love? So whatever it is that you really love, put it behind that task. Put it at the back of the task. Never do it before. They never say, all right, I'm going to start reading this book after I eat my cake. No, do not say that, because it doesn't work. It does not work. But when you say, I'm going to eat my cake after I read this book, it just gives you this kind of motivation. It gives you something to look up to. It gives you something to look forward to, right? Everybody loves to have something to look forward to, whether you want to hang out with your friends after this long day at work, or just something to keep you going, something to keep the ball rolling, something to keep your excitement sparked. I hope that at the end of this video you were inspired to actually do something. I hope that this video really did help, and I hope that you are able to keep up with the motivation. I hope that you keep the motivation level high and you keep accomplishing your tasks. You keep doing the things you're supposed to do at the time you're supposed to do them. And I do hope that you have a splendid week ahead. I'll see you in my next video. If you still have not subscribed, please do so right now, And if you like this kind of content, please give this video a thumbs up so that I know that I should create more of these kinds of videos. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. I will see you next time. Bye bye.